You thought it stopped? It never stops. It never stops. You're like, how? The hustle never, ever stops. When you have the hustle in you, you just can't stop. All right. Last night I was up till 12:48 a.m. giving you guys a Bitcoin update, showing you what I saw happening in the market for my trading group, making sure you guys were on point and ready to rock. Hold on, we got to disconnect my VPN. It was like a half a second, but it'll stay on. My old internet connection would never do that. I would never, if I disconnected the VPN, we would be done. The stream would be over. Somehow this internet connection can overlay. So have no fear. I'll have no lag in 2 seconds. I apologize for that. Just realized. It was a little early for me. So let me guess, you bought the dip, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate everyone for being here. I mean, you know I was buying Bitcoin down here. We've accumulated 1.32 BTC yet again while the whole world was in shock. I kept scooping up more and more BTC. My trader instinct tells me that it's time to buy Bitcoin when the fear and greed index, it gets into the shaded regions. And every time I've seen that, every time I've bought in Bitcoin in the shaded region, it's never been a bad idea. Every time I bought in Bitcoin from 25 down to 10, it's been one of the best moves of my life. You do whatever you want. I do what I do in front of everybody live, and you guys are like, years later, you're like, wow, that's how he made millions of dollars. He did it right there. He just was buying like this. Everyone thinks it's an immediate trade right now, and you have to be a futures guru. But it's really about stacking long term and really believe it in yourself. Not everyone's going to be good at futures right when they start. That's just not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? But if the fear and greed index, look, 25, man, doing damage right now for BTC. Bitcoin, you know, my go-to signal, broke above the 200. Nice pump there. Broke above the 200. Nice pump there. Came back with a perfect wick off the 200 and then could continue to the upside. See how it's kind of rounding off? The 200 is starting to round. That's a good sign that the 1 hour could start to break on out of here. Last night, I gave you guys this tight structure and said we're in some type of symmetrical triangle here for BTC with this trend line and this trend line. And we ended up breaking to the upside. We got the move. If you look at it again, it was my go-to signal, but it was around what? Around 5 in the morning if you were up. Right when this candle closed above the 200 SMA, that was the trade, and bang, there was the exit right there, and that was the nice chunk. And honestly, could even just played a flag with low stochastics on the 21, my go-to signal, and then we went through the gap in the VRVP. You could tell we're going to go through the gap up to the high volume node up here into that chunk of liquidity. Anyway, we're going to break down what happened last night. We're going to show you what you may not have gotten because you didn't join the trading group. All right, so what I do is every single Saturday and Sunday morning, I give you the type of update you would have gotten had you been in the trading group. Monday through Friday, you're getting updates in the trading group from 5 to 8 in the morning, depending on when I wake up and what's happening in the market, okay? And, yeah, so let's take a look at what happened on the daily last night, and let's break it down. So the daily candle opened at about 57,339. The high was 58,528, all right? But that low would come in at about 56,542. And the candle would close at 57,889. It would go up $549, up almost 1%, 0.96%. However, you can see we're battling the 200 SMA here on the daily. This has been the problemo, all right? This is what we want to break back away from. So to me, on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour, it looked like you broke out. On the 4 hour, you can see you're just getting tight inside the same zone, all right? The daily, as we showed you, the 3-day, all looking for a reversal here. And the 3-day actually getting bigger like we wanted to. We just want to see this 3-day candle close above here tonight. The 3-day candle closes in 11 hours. So I'm going to give you guys an update on that. I want to see what that 3-day candle does on Saturday night, baby. So we'll see. We want to see this close above that candle and begin this reversal. Where we and the whole world are looking for the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder to the upside here for BTC. So we can get a move on to the upside. We're also looking for this daily to produce a shoulder, a bit of a head, and a right shoulder to get us out of here. We're looking for the daily to get back above the 200 SMA and start a massive move. That could happen today. We could go, by the end of the day, we could be at $67,000, $68,000. It could happen. I've seen it. Even on a Saturday. Remember, I think it was last Saturday we had a huge pump and we were able to call it. So we'll see what happens, but I'm seeing some bullishness for Bitcoin. The second you get above this yellow line, you will see an explosive move. 90% of the time, you get explosive moves from that type of movement. The 4 hour wants to move up to the 200 SMA. Whenever the moving averages get tight, there's usually a beautiful pump and a violent pump. It's usually pretty fast and furious up to this yellow line. That would bring liquidity back up to the $62,000 level. I'm going to look for BOOKMAP. I would like to see BOOKMAP with a big red area up at 62K. If it doesn't, it's the whales aren't playing with us. It doesn't mean it can't happen, but I'd like to see the confirmation. So we're going to have BOOKMAP up in a second, and we're going to show you what I see happening for BOOKMAP. All right. If you want to join my trading group, hit the pinned comment and jump into cryptolifer.com. We'd greatly appreciate to see you in there, getting that education, furthering your life to push yourselves to another level. People go to the best universities for the best education, right? Hey, I think I got the best university in all of cryptocurrency. So jump on in. I don't take a day off. That's why it's the best. What other guru doesn't take a day off? Works 7 days a week for you and your money. You know what I mean? Nobody. 60,000, 59,200. We do have some orders up there that could get us cooking. It's just enough to get us going on the weekend. Yes, we do got liquidity down here, but it's like, that looks like a Hail Mary, like when we had one at 33 and 39 that never hit. So for me, it looks like we could easily get to 59.2 and 60,000. And I'm seeing some bullishness in the 4-hour time frame. It is sketchy Saturday trading, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did. And again, remember, we even talked about a longer, open up a bigger trade. But look, see, it's tight. Hold on. This is a possible trade. You could easily get stopped out, but the 4-hour does have momentum. Very likely the 4-hour is going to pump up to that 200. Very likely you're going to make a move through that gap. Very, very likely. But you could get stopped out trying to piecemeal this move. It's not easy. But that's what I would be looking for. A stop below this point of control at 57.8. And I'd be trying to get to the liquidity at 62,000. I mean, that makes sense to me. All right. That's your bullish scenario. Okay. We're going to talk about the most bearish scenarios. So the bullish scenarios we're going to break out. If you want to play it safe, you wait for this to pump. You wait for the 1 minute, the 7 minute to make some type of flag above this previous resistance. You do that, you're likely getting a move because you're going to play the support of resistance retest. Okay? Understand what a retest is. Get that in your repertoire. Start using it. It'll change your life. So look, the 7 minute in a flag here about to get busy. Am I wrong? I mean, like, seems like it's about to break out right now, if not breaking out as we speak. Stochastics look like they want to rumble to the upside. It is the weekend. Don't get too excited by stochastics, but that looks interesting. What did I just do there? Wow. You don't want your MACD on your price action. That would get you going, right? That's not a neat chart. And then 59,386 is the possible move here. So what do I see happening for Bitcoin for the day? Well, the 1 hour has momentum, okay? I'm going to get rid of this right now. I didn't make that trade yet, but it's something that I'm looking at. The 1 hour has momentum. There's a chance we do come back to the 21-day moving average here and maybe hit the bottom of this trend line and get a little tight. There could be some small local pullback. 15-minute and the 7-minute both look interesting, like they could get a pump. 15-minute, I would be watching the 7. 7 looks like it may want to break through and not double top. So the 7 could either double top at 58,008 right here, or it can break all the way out to 59,000. We do have the liquidity to 59,200. It's right there. So BOOKMAP does suggest that we could get up there, all right? And there is a flag showing signs of a short squeeze here to the upside. We may get a short squeeze on camera right now. Seems like we got the very beginnings of one. It looks like we may be getting a short squeeze in a second here for BTC. So I'd watch your 7-minute. I'd watch your 1 minute. It just came back to the 200 and bounced off of it. It's a very bullish sign. Let me show you what I'm saying without squiggling all over the place here. So we came back to this yellow line and bounced. It's a very bullish sign for the 1 minute time frame. Got a bit of a bounce. Anything could happen, but I like watching this consolidation, even if we're in a bigger consolidation, right? But to me, I see that as a breakout. It was a pretty nice pump. Now your 1 minute will probably make another flag here because it's away from the 21. And then boom, right? You can see the volume is lower. The candles aren't as amazing as they usually are. It's interesting how the candles even look different on the weekend because they're thinner, order book. So be watching the 1 minute flag in conjunction with the 7 minute about to take off. But that's bullish to me. And those small time frames could complete this 4 hour move to the upside. I see a move for the 4 hour. At the same time, we do have to break back above 59,500. I'll be watching that as resistance. But I think it's highly likely that Bitcoin makes this move up to the 200 SMA and clears this gap and comes into this liquidity zone. So again, my prediction is that Bitcoin will move to the upside in the next 2-3 days. And but again, we'll take it one step at a time. If for some reason 6, 7, 8 hours from now or less, we lose the 200 SMA on the 7 and we start to drop. So the bearish scenario is we'll get rejected here, some funny business double top, we'll go like this, the 200 will keep coming, and then we'll bearishly retest the 200, and the 7 minute will drop, and then we'll start to move further down, and you'll come to 56.8, and then your next level you're looking at is going to be that 55,000, right? $55,400 area right here. So boom, bearish retest, fall, fall, fall. So that's your bearish scenario. I'd like to see the 4 hour close that gap. If the 4 hour closes the gap, it really negates the fact that we're going to break to the downside here on this smaller time frame. So let's watch 7 minute. So your key to the city. How do you figure out how to trade today? You watch the 1 minute flag right now. You watch that play out. If the 1 minute breaks the 200, you're doing chop, going up and down, or maybe even more downside, but you're definitely in some chop. The 1 minute breaks out of that flag, you're in the money. You can even just forget about the 1 and just watch the 7, because the 7 looks like it wants to cook. But the 7 could easily come here for a double top, lack of volume, and then come back down to the bottom of the pattern. I wouldn't get too excited about trading on Saturday, low volume, in the middle of July, in the summertime. So just be easy. There was a trade last night. I get it. You know, there's always money out there when you look back. But my signal, trade when you break above the 200 on the 1 minute. Bang, right there. And bang, right there. 2 signals in a row. You could have traded that one. And when you lose it, you get back above, you can trade it again. You could trade the signal blind. So once you lose the signal, even for a second, and you get it back, you can trade the signal yet again. Look how you just traded this one. You would have been in the money there, in the money there, in the money there, right? So 3 in a row really played out pretty nicely, and that one played out right there if you just close. So like, you do have to be spot on. It's something you have to practice. You have to use a demo account and go at the 200 on the 1 minute, 7 minute, smaller time frames over and over again, but you'll get there. So remember, your bullet scenario. You bust out here, you break above 58,005, and you start to make that move to 59, and you get to that liquidity at about 59,005, 59,006. We did just see a little bit of a short squeeze here. Bitcoin did just pop a little bit, and we liquidated somebody on the short side. Bearish scenarios, you can't get back above 59, 58, 59,000. You hit a double top here, you come back to the bottom of this trend line, you lose this 200 SMA on the 7. You fight this point of control, and then you drop all the way back down to 56.8, and then we'll go from there. But it looks more bullish than bearish if I had to make the call for BTC. All right. So get ready, get excited. Things are brewing for Bitcoin. ETFs starting to eat up more Bitcoin. We ran through all that, all the German money. And honestly, that's bullish. 80% of the German Bitcoin has been sold. I mean, how? And, it tells me you got Japan going insolvent. You got Chinese banks going down the tubes. I'm telling you, Chinese banks are disappearing. Like 40 Chinese banks. It's bad news. So I'm watching my economist, Mike Maloney, and people that taught me how to get into Bitcoin and gold early. And I've been trained. I've been trained by people that saw the market differently for a long, long time. I got professors from YouTube that really showed me. You got to watch Mike Maloney's video, The Hidden Secrets of Money. If you're not watching that, you're playing yourself. The Hidden Secrets of Money, the 8-part series, you must watch it. You also must watch Money Masters. It's a documentary here. Type in Money Masters. This documentary will change your life forever. Watch it right here. The full length Money Masters by Liberty Coffee Hour. Money Masters full documentary. This will change your life. They'll show you how they were able to control the world, man, from behind the scenes, right? 550 trillion, I see. But they'll show you where all the money comes from, and it'll blow your mind. Anyway, so that's what I want to show you, an education that will change your life. All right, learn about the Ginny Foundation. Understand that they've been printing money to zero, and they will continue to do so. I'll say it every single day, $1 billion a year. And this is the history. They don't want me to uncover history. They don't want his story out, but this is the facts. These are just the facts. I just show you history. I don't try to sugarcoat it. Everyone else wants to kind of tell you what you want to hear. This is history, baby. So appreciate you sharing the knowledge, sure. Money Masters and Who? The Hidden Secrets of Money by Mike Maloney. All the German BTC has been sold respectively, Sammy. It's amazing, baby. I love it. I love it. I thought they had a little left, though. It said they had a little left last night at like 2 in the morning. And we're back in action. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I greatly appreciate it. Tell me what's a cracking. You know, I love Twitter, right? But if I ask a serious question, I'll get like 700. Look, like, how come I get comments when I ask about the color orange? It's funny, right? But the SEC, we talk about the SEC. We talk about what happened. It got 4,000 views, right? I give some really great inspirational. It gets 3,900 views, right? But then I just ask what coin you guys want. You know, and it gets 14,000 views. So like, and 139. So like, people know. It just, to me, it's just sad. Like, I know how to get the most views and the most comments, but it's really not like, I don't know. Kind of like that used to get me excited. Now I'm just like, I get it. When I talk about coins, more people look at it. When I ask about real life, nobody cares. You know, it's interesting. All right. I don't understand how 50 to 100 million of sales become such huge news on $1 trillion market. It was $3 billion in sales. Yeah, it wasn't just $500 million. It was $3 billion. It was a lot of money. You know what I mean? Let's get real. It wasn't just a little bit of money. So, yeah. Anyway, I gave you everything I could give you for Bitcoin today. What time frames to watch, how to watch them, what to look for. Don't lose the 200 on the 1 minute. Don't lose the 200 on the 7. Otherwise, you may get that bearish retest I talked about, and you may be going back down to 56,000. Continue this move up. Continue this push. Bit of a double bottom here. Previous resistance could become support. And let's see if this could continue to the upside here for Bitcoin. Very likely the 4-hour closes that gap. I've backtested it many times in my life. It's very likely the 4-hour closes this gap, but you never know. Bearish scenarios, this is a bear flag. The 200 comes down, comes down, comes down. We never leave this, and we don't. This is a possibility. Everyone else keeps only one possibility in their mind. You have to be open to both possibilities. This tells us we could head back down to $49,000. So if you're not ready for 49K, if you don't think that can happen, I mean, if you can't break back above this high, expect more downside. Bitcoin can't flip 59.5. Expect more downside. If you can't get back above the previous support zone, you're going further down. Understand that. So you got to flip this. You got to get this move. We got to get back above these key levels. Otherwise, Bitcoin is going further back down to 49,000. Either you win or you lose when it comes to technical analysis, you know? And if the more sideways you go in a situation like this, the more bearish it is because you're going to be, you know? So there's your bear flag. But we're going to be watching the symmetrical triangle that I showed you here on the 1 hour. And we're going to be watching the flag on the 1 minute and the 7. And we're going to zoom in for you and show you all those mini worlds inside of the bigger world. And that is the edge you have when you trade with the crypto lifers. So everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I'll be gone for most of the day. Enjoy yourselves. It's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday in the summertime. Be with your kids. If you're in the South, you have 1 more month. School starts August 10th, August 20th. So, you know, cherish these next 4 to 5 weeks with your family. Enjoy them. Your kids will be back at school. You won't be able to see them every single day like we can now. So cherish your children, cherish your time, and be an awesome family person, mother or father, whatever you're doing with your life. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Stay true to yourselves. Believe in yourselves. Do not tell yourself something and not do it. You owe it to yourself to believe in yourself. You're your number one fan. You build success by saying, hey, I'm going to go outside and mow the lawn this morning. And you do. I'm going to work out. And you do it. Do the things you say you're going to do. Don't BS yourself and don't BS the world. It's not fair. I love you all. Be amazing. I'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. God bless.